clean what happened in the last...
So if you have a patron that's already bought all these congressmen, who is making the rules in Washington?
So, okay, so number one, it's not just the military-industrial complex. The military-industrial complex is one of several complexes. There's the military-industrial complex, there's the financial complex, or the FIRE sector, the finance, insurance, and real estate. There is the pharmaceutical sector. And there's one more. I forget what it is.
Israel.
The media. Well, no. Well, the media is also there, but there's also the fossil fuel. The fossil fuel. Oh, ICT and the fossil fuel sector. So these are the ones. And what you've got in America is the best democracy money can buy. That is to say, you have electoral laws and electoral finance laws, which basically allow. I actually show my students a graph which show that every election since the 1960s has been won by the presidential candidate that has spent the most money. The exception was Trump in the first iteration. I don't know what happened in the last election. I have not checked. But certainly that was the case. So that's one thing I wanted to say. Second thing I want to say is that what happened? You said, what happened? It's such a beautiful constitution, blah, blah. You know what happened?
No.
Real democracy happened. As Kofi was just saying, when Tocqueville wrote his Democracy in America, most people didn't have the franchise. You had slavery. And what has happened since is that ordinary Americans have got the franchise. And let me tell you one really interesting
What do you mean by the franchise?
Franchise, the right to vote.
Okay.
The right to vote. And let me tell you one really interesting thing. You can say, there are scholars who argue, and I'm with them, that you cannot say that the United States had universal adult franchise until the 1970s. 1970s. Why? Because until the 1970s in the southern states, you still had Jim Crow laws, which prevented non-white people from voting. And it's no wonder that since that time, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, you've had scandalous instances of people trying to prevent black people from voting, poor people from voting, etc.
So are you arguing it's gotten worse since the 1960s?
Absolutely.
How